Okay, Jackson, you ready to get started?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first we're going to go to Mike Griffith, and then we're going to go to Anthony Dasher.
Hey, Jackson. I guess I would just ask you if you could talk about those final minutes and what that finish effort meant to you tonight.
We've been in some close games, and every game the emphasis is get stops, not points, and that's what I thought we were doing. I thought we were getting stops, and I made a big mistake. I let Katie Johnson go middle, and that's a correctable mistake. I think the team as a whole played together, and we lit a spark of belief in each other, and that's how every game should be. That's how every game will be from here on out. We see what we can do against the number one team in the country. We just got to keep going.
Hey, Jackson. We talked all year long about the things that have gone wrong, but you guys, have found ways to really be competitive, and y'all did that again today. Just what does that say about the team, despite everything that's kind of gone wrong a lot of ways this year?
The team can play. We've got haters all over, but we've also got believers in ourselves. And this team has every lick of talent, every lick of effort, every lick of belief that we can play and come out and compete with every team, no matter if it is the number one team in the country. We will come out and compete every single night, and we will give it our best effort. And tonight hurt. Tonight really, really hurt. Or today.
Okay, next we're going to go to Charles Odom and then Drew Beal.
What you thought was the difference in the game there at the end? What you got to do? Pull it out.
Okay, Drew, do you want to go?
Yeah. Hey, Jackson. Last game after Arkansas, you mentioned the defense, but Aaron in his press conference on Wednesday that's all he could talk about was defense. And then today, you come out, hold the number one team in the country to under 40% shooting and 23% three. Talk a little bit about the specific improvements you saw out there from your teammates. What kind of things went much better today than they did on Wednesday?
There was a togetherness today that just wasn't there against Arkansas. We moved on a string. We were all in gaps. When one guy drove, you were helping the helper. It was a connectivity that was thriving, and just guys were working together. Guys were moving together. And on offense, we had 11 assists and 4 turnovers in the second half, which changed the game. We were down by 10 in the first half, and when we don't turn the ball over, we're a really good basketball team. And it showed in the second half. But defensively, that's been preached all year long. And today we put it together. And like I said, it really stinks that it didn't work out for us.
Okay, next we're going to go to Mark Weiser and then Chip Towers.
Jackson, if I heard you right, I think you said that we've got haters all over. What is it like to try to, get these W's? Maybe if you don't feel like everybody's on board behind you, or am I reading that wrong?
There's a certain sense of urgency in the locker room because you can tell that we believe in ourselves, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters in the locker room. It's all that matters on the court. That's all that matters when we're just hanging out as brothers. We believe we can win. And when we come out and do the things we did against the number one basketball team in the nation, we know we can win. It's that belief system in us. We could care less about the outsiders. It's the belief system in us that keeps us moving forward and keeps us competing.
Yeah, Jackson, great game. Specifically, you mentioned the second half, because you guys didn't play particularly well in the first half, or it seemed like you missed a lot of easy ones there, and it could have been different. What was the halftime talk? And what was the inspiration for kind of turning things around in the second half?
We knew we were right there. We were down by 10, and we had probably 6 point blank missed shots. I don't know how many first half free throws we missed, one on myself, should have been two. We were right there. And that's what was being preached at halftime was, look, guys, we're in this. It's a 10-point ball game against the number one team in the country, and we should be winning. And so we came out hot, and I want to say we hit 5 of our first 6 field goals in the second half. We came out hot, we came out with energy, and that was a halftime speech that lit us on fire.
Okay, next.
And
we're
if
gonna-
I could just
oh,
follow, go ahead. I was just gonna say, go ahead, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, next we're gonna go to Mark Bradley and then Cole Acock.
Yeah, Mr. Etter, on the next to last sequence, it looked like Wendell Green cleaned you out under the basket before he got the rebound and made the winning shot. Did you think that was a charge on him?
I did think it was a charge, but I was told not to touch on stuff like that, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Thank you.
That's funny.
Yeah, Jackson. So you guys had 4 players in double figures. So kind of how big was that to just kind of have a balanced scoring, for 4 different people today?
It's awesome. It's awesome. When we move the ball, we're a really good basketball team. I've said when we play together, we're a really good basketball team, offensively and defensively. There was one point we came into a media timeout and Coach Fish said, all of our points are from assists. And that's how the basketball game should be played. You should be moving the ball. You should be getting other guys touches. And I thought we did a really good job of that. Aaron Cook came in and played a phenomenal game. He did a really good job distributing the basketball, not being selfish, but going and getting buckets when he needed to. And Kario Oquendo stepped up big time. That dude had a monster game.
Okay, thanks, Jackson.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, next we're gonna be joined by Kario Oquendo. First, we're gonna go to Mike Griffith and then Anthony Dasher for questions.
Hey, Kario, a really good game. I guess I'll just ask you for your comments and what you thought about the way you guys played and how it ended.
I think that we played really good this game, man. This probably, even though we didn't get the win, this is probably the most hard we played this season, the best execution that we've had. And overall, I can't be disappointed in our team because we put it all out there. We lost the game on one play, so just sucks we didn't get the win, but I think it was the best game we played so far.
Gary, I'm just going to echo that just a little bit. I mean, you guys had so many disappointing games. Y'all keep coming out and finding ways to compete. I mean, I know to some people that may be surprised, but why is that not surprising to yourself?
Because I see us every day. I've seen us in the harder games. I've seen us in games where we lost, the games where we won. I feel it every time we step on the court or step into practice, it's a different feeling that you have. Tonight, this afternoon we stepped on the court. It just felt it was like a different feeling. We felt like we wanted to come out and play. The fans were great.
Okay, next we're gonna go to Mark Weiser and then Chip Towers.
Kario, to have the kind of game you had, looks like 25 points, 4 steals against a team that's number 1 in the country and got some future NBA guys. I mean, what did you take away personally from your kind of game like that?
I usually get the most hyped about games like this because everyone's talking about, they have this, they have that on their team. So whenever I get a chance to go against future NBA guys, because I consider myself a future NBA guy, it's always exciting to see how they're going to play. And good thing I had a good game today. I try to do that every night.
Yeah, Kario, you guys have had close losses like Texas A&M, but this one feels different. There seems like more positivity, even though you lost in a heartbreaking way.
Yeah.
What do you guys carry out of this game that you can use going forward?
The one thing I feel like we have to carry out of this game is come into every game with the same mindset that we came in with tonight. just bring the same energy, same preparation that we have for this game, take it into the next game and the next game, and that'll lead up to a lot more wins.
Okay, next we're gonna go to Drew Beal and then Mark Bradley.
Hey, Kario. You guys made just 6 shots in that first half and then came out and kind of turned the whole game around in the first 5 minutes of the second, made 8 of your first 10 shots. And a lot of that seemed like it was catalyzed by you individually, getting to the basket, getting out in transition. Was that sort of part of your mindset to start the second half, like personally, I'm going to try to take this game over if I can? Or were you kind of just feeling out, the flow of the game?
I came in with that mindset first half, second half, just trying to get downhill, get us going. Cause I know we have those second half sometime where we come out and the energy's low. So I just tried to keep that energy up on the defensive side and on the offensive side.
Yeah, you chased them pretty hard the whole second half, but when you went ahead with less than a minute to go, did you think we're really going to do this?
I had the feeling though, like pretty much the whole second half, even when we came out, we were down by 12. It just when we got it down towards like a minute in the game, everything got really close. It was more like there was a lot of no calls out there. We were just kind of just playing. And I knew it was going to come down to whoever made the one play that was going to win the game around like the 4-minute mark in the game. It just was that type of game.
Thank you.
Okay, next we're gonna go to Jared Smith and then Charles Odom.
Hey, so just to touch on what you kind of said earlier. You said this is like the hardest we played this season. It's kind of the best game you've played so far. Do you think like the packed stadium and the crowd had a lot to do with that, or y'all just come out that night like every time?
Definitely had a lot to do with it. I just feel like when we come out and we see packed stadium, everyone's there. It's like a different energy in the building. That's definitely a mental boost. And I think for us, we wouldn't have cared if there was nobody here or if it was a packed stadium. We just wanted to get the win on number one team.
Just to follow up on that, it's unusual to see a team other than Kentucky come in and have this kind of fan turnout. What was it? What was that? What did that add to the atmosphere for you?
To me, I feel that's when I'm pretty much at my best, when I come out and I see people are supporting our program and they're just coming out, and it's just like it just gives everyone a level of a boost of confidence, and also just galvanizes the whole team.
Okay, thanks, Kario.
So,
I don't think he understood your question.
I'll use it. Galvanizes the whole team.
Can you say that again? We'll be joined by Coach Crean next. I'll do my best to let y'all know when he's on his way. Coach Crean is on his way, just a heads up.
All right, I'll open up. Definitely disappointed for our players, our fans. The disappointment level of the game is one thing, and then after watching the last play, where every referee describes to you that if the man is retreating, like Jaxon was, and he's outside of the cylinder, that it's an offensive foul. And but our guys competed at a high level. I just saw that clip, so I'm trying to prepare myself mentally. Just saw that before I walked in here. So it's a tough way to lose. But at the end of the day, our guys played extremely hard. They took what was there. I'm proud of their effort. So go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna go into questions. First is gonna be Mike Griffith and then Anthony Dasher.
Yeah, Coach, I think you guys were down by as many as 15, missing point blank shots, really looked out of it. What did you say at halftime to keep your guys' head in the game, and what was the strategy to get Georgia back in against the number one team?
I think I kept saying throughout the first half, all we're doing is missing layups, right? We're missing layups and close shots. I mean, I think I lost count. It's 7 or 8, right? I mean, it wasn't like we wanted to drive them, get to the rim. We wanted to reverse the basketball. They're going to foul you. It's just going to be a matter if the referees are going to make the call or not. So let's get in a downhill drive. And we just missed some close shots. And at the end of the day, I kept reminding them they had a chance to grab momentum. They never did, right? So they had us down and we kept coming. And so when you're going at half, only down 12, that's a lifetime. So we made a few adjustments on what we wanted to do with where we wanted to attack in the ball screen, how we wanted to get some misdirection drives, things of that nature, control the game more from a play calling sense. You know, once we had it in a half court, we wanted to attack their pressure when they came. We wanted to make them move and have to work defensively so we could get our cutting game going and get our driving game going when they were in the half court. So really, it was just a matter of I cut the film short, all that kind of stuff, and it just became a matter of let's get back to what our game plan is, because we're still fully in this to make our game plan work.
If I just get you to talk about the final 3 or 4 minutes. Lead went back and forth, I think 5 times or something of that nature. Jaxon put y'all ahead a couple of times. Just kind of what you saw this last few minutes.
Well, unfortunately, when you miss a couple free throws, that's tough, right? And we're shooting 81, 80, 82, whatever we're shooting from the line in the league. You know, you get 29 attempts, that's pretty good. But we're usually making more than 20. And we had some tough misses there. But Jaxon did everything technically perfect on the last play of the game, the last defensive possession of the game, from the way it's been described to me by every referee.
Okay, next
So,
we're gonna go
that's
to
what
Mark Weiser and then Chip Towers.
Tom, I think I remember you beat a number 1 Kentucky when you were at Indiana. I know this didn't turn out quite that way at the end, but your guys seem to be pretty positive afterwards. Do you see some things that can help this team as it moves forward?
Yeah, that's my focus, right? My daily focus is this team and the coaching staff, and outside of my family, that's all it is. And so it takes up a lot of time, and that's to give them every opportunity to be as successful as they can be, to treat each game as a game plan game, and have them understand what's there. And when we don't take advantage of it, get us back to taking advantage of it. We didn't play a perfect game. You don't have to play a perfect game to win. You have to play a solid execution game with great effort and great toughness. And that's what our guys did. So I think we'll continue to build on it the best we can that way. And they should never get discouraged. I told them, if you never hear another word I say in your life, all right, don't ever let disappointment turn into discouragement, because disappointment is inevitable in life. Discouragement's a choice we make that many times you can't get out of. And there's no need to be discouraged. There's a need to be disappointed and have an urgency to move forward. That's all it's really about.
Coach, two things. Did you ever get a chance to talk to KD before or after the game? And
I'm just coaching the game, Chip. I shook his hand. I just coached the game.
And just it's a 6. At the end of the day, it's a 6-win team against a 21-win team, the number 1 ranked team coming in today. What was your level of belief coming in based on matchups and everything? Did you feel good about what you guys, the challenges you had guys today?
As high as it could possibly be. Not a doubt in my mind. As long as we executed and didn't turn the ball over and give them a lot of live ball turnovers. No question the concern was going to be the backboards. And ultimately, an offensive board got us. But that was going to be the biggest concern, was how could we compete on the glass, with their size, not try to challenge them at the rim because of the shot blocking abilities that they have. I had 100% belief we would win the game. And I think they did too.
Okay, next we're going to go to Charles Odom and then Drew Beal.
You mentioned the misleads in the first half. The points in the paint were a dramatic turnaround, and obviously there was a reason for some of those misleads in the first half. What was you end up 40-40 in points in the paint. What was the biggest key there?
Just the space, the misdirection, the attacking when it's there, when it's not there, get it moved. You got to get the game moving so we can get our cuts, right? And make them guard. Make them have to guard considerable time on the clock, not to a slow down pace. No, I don't mean that at all. But like if we're coming up in pressure, against pressure, let's go. But if we didn't have it, let's make the ball move. All right, let's make it move. Let's get them chasing us some. And I think when you do that, now that opens up the paint. And we didn't do as good a job of that in the first half, but we didn't do a bad job. We're just missing close shots. And in the second half, we were much better at it. Execution was good. We weren't in a rush. And many times we held them to one shot.
Hey, Coach, I asked Jaxon this, but after Wednesday's game, defense was such a big point of emphasis, and come out tonight, hold the number 1 team to under 40% shooting. What kind of improvements did you notice, or were you proud of over 3 days that turning that around like that?
We're a game plan team, so staying true to the game plan, and we made some adjustments on how we were going to guard their better players. At times, we did a really good job with that. You put a lot of emphasis on Jabari Smith. KD's last bucket was. We were not in the gaps the way that we needed to be in that situation, because that's basically where he plays, is from that left, what I call the snake. It's that far wing area. It's between the slot and the wing. We call it a snake area, and that's where he likes to attack from. And we just let him get to his right hand. So there were a couple miscues, but for the most part, our coverages were strong. We limited them. They took a lot of threes, I believe, in the second half, and we were able to rebound those and get out and play. And I think that was the biggest thing. The bottom line was better on the ball, but also more help in the gaps consistently. And I think we did that. I'll have to watch the film in full detail, but I think we did a much better job of that.
Okay, next we're going to go to Mark Bradley and then Cole Acock.
Tom, you said that you'd seen the clip on the next to last play of the game. I've seen it about 4 times myself.
What's your opinion?
There's a lot of contact on that. Doesn't that have to warrant a foul one way or the other?
I have zero interest in spending $1 to the SEC, so zero interest. But I would just say that everything that's been described to me and drawing charges and what he was doing, I didn't see that not being textbook.
Thank you.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned it earlier. Auburn has a lot of size and they're a very big team. So how difficult is it to, attack like a team like that not only block shots at the rim, but they alter a lot of shots?
You have to move them around. You just have to move them around. That's the most important thing.
Okay, we're gonna finish with Jared Smith.
Hey, Coach, even in a loss, Kario said this is the hardest we played this season and the best we've played so far. Do you kind of agree with that statement that you guys played?
Yeah, I'm not reflective right now. We played hard. We played really well and did a lot of good things. We had great effort. Our execution was really good. And we played with great toughness. That's kind of where I'm sitting, and I'll watch the film and get ready for Florida. So, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Anybody else? Anybody else? All right, thank you.